out. So I think overall, this will be less one-sided than game 2. But we'll see how it's going to go.
Well, we always hope for that. Love to see close games.
I do too. And then I was like, fun gamers, they come up swinging. Game 1 looked really good. And I was like, yeah. And then, not that I hate Nigma or anything, just like, it's nice to see an underdog show up good. Then game 2, they got stomped, and you're like, that's not cool. So whoever wins, I just hope we have a closer game. It could shape up that way. Honestly, I think NGX's draft is better overall, though.
Yeah. Does kind of feel that way, despite how well, fun gamers were able to play game number 1, despite the fact that we were still favoring Nigma Galaxy in that one. Like, does it? It's not going to make much of a difference. Who knows? We'll be jumping on through soon, hopefully. Once again, just some more connection issues on the side of fun gamers. This time it's Zoom Zigzag, not cold. The supports are trading the poor internet.
One of the admins like, all right, we're going to start back in 10 minutes. It's not 4 minutes for the whole series. So hopefully I'm able to make it in time. The reason I favor NGX slightly is just because their draft is more durable overall. And you can expect like Pipe and Greaves and things like that because you have Tiny, Darkseer, Primal, Terrorblade. We know Mirana gets mech, so that by itself makes her more durable. On the other side, there are no slouches, but the sustained damage is mostly just going to be Luna and Leshrac, and even then, it's not insane amounts of burst damage. Or, sorry, like consistent damage.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like as well with like Sumail and FBZ both making plenty of space in these fights for Miracle, like, might be quite hard to deal with the TB just constantly chucking out those right clicks.
If the Ravage comes out and you don't burst someone down, at least one person down, I think fights are generally going to be over for fun gamers. These long duration skirmishes are no good. By the way, Clockwork, he did receive a buff. I believe 50% of the damage of the mana that you burn is added to damage. And so that adds about 25, 40, 55, 70 damage for when you're maxing. That's not bad, actually.
Yeah, that's not bad at all, to be honest. Like, every little bit does help. Sometimes, the amount of times we've seen team fights and people survive with like 10 HP or something like that and they're able to run away. Like, that's the exact sort of patch change, which will make all the difference later on. So, we'll see how it does. But we do have the Cottle now returned on into the game. Hopefully, we'll be back underway. And we are. Hooray! Game number 3. Here we go.
And you might also be like burning with a cog like multiple times. So that 70, 77 damage, it does add up quite a bit. So it is a nice buff. Only thing is, of course, cogs tends to be maxed out last. So, you don't really get that benefit too early when it matters the most, I would say. But it's nice. It's nice.
It is nice. Maybe some players will feel like that's a big enough change now to actually max it. Potentially, gives you that extra little bit of burst. Yeah. You
take like 1 point battery assault, in rocket flare, max out your Q and W. You're like, that's good. As the smoke up for Nigma Galaxy, fun gamers. They don't sniff this out. They just go to make sure that they block. The ancient camp. I haven't seen fun gamers do a lot of stacking so far. So Nigma Galaxy, that sentry ward is nice, but it'll time out before the 7-minute spawn, and that's usually when people might actually go around and start stacking to begin with.
Yeah, that's very true. They've done pretty much the same play as well in all 3 games. Go for that smoke, 5-man move. First game was into the bottom lane, and then second and third just in towards that top triangle area. So they're, done the similar sort of play to attempt that first blood. But not going to happen. That's pretty much everyone once again from Fun Gamers here, grouped up by their tier 1. And they're going to head en masse to secure this bottom bounty, where Sumail, he's just going to give up on it. Not interested.
Yeah, he's like, all right, 2 for 2. That's fine. Similar start to how game 2 started here. As Debkid is going to have to make a long walk to the top lane. It's going to take him a while to get there versus the Tidehunter. He might miss a creep or 2 because of that.
Yeah, he might do. It's going to be close. I mean, maybe Zoom Zigzag's going to be able to pick it up. Actually, already scouting out that sentry in the camp.
Well done.
He's got the 6th sense.
Not really, because they actually took the Watcher there on Nigma Galaxy, which indicated that we've been in the area. So it's like, well, if they were in the area, they took the Watcher, they may have planted a sentry. So good awareness there. I guess push the high ground. He's very happy with that situation. So bottom lane cold. gonna be a bit of a struggle for him to go up against these two melee heroes with Ion Shell. He is doing this job, but Matthew gets the courier. That's how you do it.
Yeah, takes down courier as well before the tangos get delivered. So FBC doesn't actually have any regen at all now, which they could potentially use their advantage. Although at the same time, Matthew actually started off with 2 stacks tangos, so at least it's gonna be a sham around here. They got something.
Cold
trying to
is
drag
there.
the creep. Oh yeah, he's cutting them off. A9 also here. They've out got their creep wave in the jungle area. Actually, just going to keep on trying to focus down onto FBC, but Cold is also taking a lot of damage here. Got to be careful he doesn't get turned on. With the Iron Shell, he's actually fast enough to run away, but the first blood is actually found up top. Zigzag bringing down Kuroki.
I think the
Still in danger? Like, what is happening? He just runs on in, and A9 just casually right-clicks him down. Matthew will get the trade, but who cares? A9's happy.
Cold with that first, that early wind lace doing a lot of work. He is speeding in this lane, and they're having trouble catching Matthew. If he was able to stay close with the Iron Shell, they've killed him, but not enough. So, yeah, with top lane, they were getting kills. Depkid also loses his life, so a lot of action on this one. I'm glad. It does looking way more even than the previous game.
Yeah, it definitely is. Obviously, Depkid, you know, he did get the first words, but I should trade it away. Actually, no, it was Zoom Zigzag that got the first blood, so never mind. And then he dies. Still trying to chase after him. No chance hiding in the trees there. Will die. Depkid gonna try and actually apply some damage onto Miracle as the meta has now run out. He's just going to walk away. No problem.
Mid lane so far going for a new me, just because he did go for the Lightning Storm build that we were saying would help him quite a bit. He's got 2 points there. So Sumail, you're gonna be taking a lot of harass because of that. You know, even though you've got a lot of health, the harass will whittle you down eventually. As he's confident. I like when they do the high five. You know, I was like, all right, there's a little bit of style there.
Yeah. It actually seems like Sumail's struggling for mana more than anything else at the moment. Let's see if that problem does persist.
Let's try guys. Oh, yeah, Matthew. He's taking a few hits, but he is able to walk out just fine. Yeah, let's got like what 3.5 intelligence gain. He builds mana items. When you're Primal Beast, it's like maybe you want to build phase boots. You don't really want to build mana boots, which means you only got bottle. Lestrike's got a Ring of Basilisk, and he's building for the arcane. So mana is just going to favor a new me, which means he can just out harass Sumail.
Yeah, should do. Not even really rely on any sort of rotations from the 2 supports at all. Happy just to sit in this lane. Hey, do you think Sumail might rotate out as soon as he hits his 6? You know, look for a kill onto either the Tide or the Luna?
I think so. I think staying in the lane is kind of disfavorable. You'd rather just move on. But if you move around, then the Leshrac might take it if he takes the Diabolic Edict. He has 1 point in it, so towers do melt against the Leshrac. So far though, Sumail is just kind of doing what he can to stay competitive in the lane. As Zoom Zigzag stacks more for his team. You have Leshrac on your team, and Tide Hunter, and a Luna, so all of them can take stacks.
Yeah, lots of way of securing all that farm. See, just a double stack so far on their own Ancients. I'm sure that'll start to pile up more. Think it's worth Kuroki maybe heading over that area and trying to re-block it, or just sort of let it be what it is now?
I think they're worried about how much Miracle's in danger, right? It's like Call and Tide Hunter. Oh, no, bottom lane. Yeah, Call and Tide Hunter can do a lot in the lane, so I think Kuroki's worried about leaving his partner right now.
I think so, yeah. Down bottom. Trying to apply pressure on towards Cold there. Once again, you know, the 2 points into the Iron Shell, racking up some decent damage. Actually, Cold turns around, Cold's the both here, but he's the one taking most of the damage. Maybe overstayed his mark, although will they be able to get the trade on towards Matthew? The burst heal, just about enough to keep the Tiny alive. Very close to a trade, but even still, extremely risky there from Cold.
It is. And he just thought that maybe A9 would have enough damage. It might have been, if he had like 1 point in the glaives, that would have helped out a lot just because they're all stuck together. But in the end, it doesn't look good for him at all. So Cold kind of throws his life. But he is doing a better job in the previous game. As we've said, Clockwork, great bodyguard for the Luna right now.
He is. And once again, just runs on in there. Matthew actually tossing in FBZ aggressively. The vacuum actually got cancelled. On towards A9, but it doesn't look like it's going to work as it ends up being 2 kills going the way of Fun Gamers. Actually coming out ahead there. That was extremely close though. Everyone is so low.
Bit of misplays coming out there. They kind of tossed the Darkseer deep, then he vacuumed the Luna close to him, which means he could get extra attacks off. So that was a little bit of misplay from Nigma Galaxy. Fun Gamers takes full advantage of it. On the other side, though, they are able to get a double kill for them. And Tidehunter, he's having a very rough time right now.
Yeah, only 17-0 on the CS compared to Miracle's 34-12, just miles ahead. Meanwhile, the gank does come through into the mid lane. Both supports of Nigma Galaxy collapse onto a new me, and that is a big target to bring down. Sumail's happy with that extra space.
Croaky, the arrow doesn't land and he wasn't in range to get the assist gold, so not really any value from him being there, but still, you know, moral support is important.
It's all about the numbers, you know? Makes you just feel safer. Go for those greedier plays.
It's like if they tried to fight, then I would have been useful. But a new me, oh, look at that. Because they know that the sentry was removed, they're like, well, there might be stacks for us, and they're very juicy.
Yeah, triple on the Ancient, although it looks like Sumail might just settle for the normal creeps. Obviously a bit easier to kill there with the trample, although runs straight in towards a new me, controlled there with the ultimate, pulverized in place, lost as well. As a lot of damage comes on through, the new me does die. Big kill found there for Nigma Galaxy. And now Sumail feels very safe securing these creeps. He's even going to stack it one more time. The ultimate greed.
Right? Zoomzig, I thought he'd be able to releasing it a tiny bit earlier, but he did not. And in the meantime, there's a 4 stack here for Nigma Galaxy. FBZ might takes a little bit of damage. The scary thing is that Leshrac died twice now. He was kind of leading above the Primal Beast. Now he's behind him. Very scary. Cold. None time.
Yeah, not going to be able to get there to snatch that Wisdom Rune. So we'll just be secured from FBZ. Depkid as well did manage to grab their own one, of course, which is exactly what he needed. As we were saying earlier, this Tide's not been having too great of a game, so every little bit he can get to help boost him back up will be taken up.
Apart from A9 as well as Leshrac. Okay, so it's not as bad as the previous game right now, but you can still see Nigma Galaxy doing a little bit better on all their cores, particularly Miracle right now.
Yeah,
so
just about a 1k gold lead. Nothing massive.
So I think, when does the game sort of change for the two sides here? Zoom Zigzag. Nice job. Sumail, he's going to be fine, just walks away. Clockwork reaching level 6 does give you a good bit of catch for fun gamers. And you do have the Leshrac and the Tidehunter you can play around with. I think both teams are just kind of waiting for their ultimates. Level 6 is pretty crucial on almost every hero.
Let's feel it. Looks like they're going to try and make a dive for A9 underneath the tower. Matthew having to toss him straight up into the air as Sumail comes on charging through. A9 is down. Zoom Zigzag as well. Can't withstand all that damage. Even Miracle just turns up with the meta. Ends up being 3 quick kills there for Nigma Galaxy. And they're going to be able to take down this tier 1 tower. Big victory from themselves. And there we go. We do actually now see a solid 2k gold advantage.
The two most important fighters for fun gamers weren't around. Neither the Tidehunter nor the Leshrac, and that's who you need to play around with. Let Luna go and jungle farm for now, and just play as 4-man while you can. As man, we've been saying it, but without the Undying, feels like fun gamers drafts they're a lot more lost, you know.
Yeah, like the Undying IO seem to be their best support duo, and as soon as that gets stripped away from them, yeah, they do struggle quite a lot. Even Depkid just gets casually pushed out of his lane. No problem.
Yeah, because it's super easy, right? It's like anytime Tombstone's available, we go push. It's a very easy strategy to follow. It's like the same thing with like putting another ward. Slightly more effective as Moonlight Shadow is used. They know it's up. A9. They should be able to make it on time.
Yeah, can't say the same though for Colds. Arrowed, pulverized, controlled, dead. And also going to lose the rest of this triple stack. Sumail's going to very happily take that one up. Miracle even turning up to maybe get one. He does. He gets something.
Yeah, unfortunate, because those are all the big ones. You know, those are the ones who are survived till the end. So the stacks, both of them have been taken by Nigma Galaxy. That's really most of the advantage they were receiving. They have right now, sorry, in terms of net worth.
Yeah, 3k gold lead. Even a mech now into the hands of FPZ. Very, very close to the Guardian Greaves. Yeah, only 600 gold away. And then it feels like Nigma Galaxy are going to be very happy, just continuously looking for fights and action. Why not? They got this advantage. May as well push it.
Zoom Zigzag is about to get a Spirit Vessel. But as you mentioned, the Greaves will be able to sort of like counter that just fine. As they was like, we'll just farm. You know, we'll wait for you guys if you guys want to make a move. They're confident in their draft late game, and they know that they don't really have to like push it right now. What big items are coming? coming out here for our friends here on the Radiant side. And Yuumi wants to go for the Yule Scepter. Needs a bit of time to get it though. And Tide, he does have the first item of last. I like it, but feels like his Blink Dagger is going to be able to set the pace for the team. It's hard to go those big ultimates without it.
Yeah, we'll slow him down a bit. Once he can eventually get it. And the supports, well, as you said, nothing queued up for the Clockwork, but Cottle very close now to having the Spirit Vessel online, which maybe will help, but we'll just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Sumail has actually now completed the Blade Mail, which makes things very, very awkward for a new me.
You're right, you show up there, you turn on your Pulse Nova, you're double and you're like, wait, this is not what I meant.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Darks here. They're smoked up here for Nigma. They would love to take this tower. Leshrac up in the front. He is very valuable to your team, so I'd love it if he can stay alive and just dish out a few of these hits. Sumail walks in with the haste through him, but he's going to be fine. Oh dear.
Alright, Matthew comes in with the backstab. Cold just cogging in Sumail, but unfortunately when there's a haste rune on a Primal Beast, not really any chance to survive. He does just get brought down. And they're going to try and apply some pressure onto this tier 1, but quite hard pushing when there's a Cottle just to kill the creeps. But never mind, you've got a Miracle with Meta activated. That'll bring it down.
It's still, they're still sort of delaying the game decently for fun gamers. But the question is, when are you going to get those that ultimate of the Clockwork so you can engage? Oh, Matthew looked like he was about to start the fight. Tidehunter's here though. He has Ravage.
Yeah. He's going to pop it out. Does actually connect onto 3 heroes over there. It's good control, but even still they turn around. They drop the wall. Depkit taking a lot of damage. Healed up. Even still he's dying so quickly. Even Sumail brings down a new me in the backlines. And it's just an immediate disaster there for fun gamers. Losing Cold as well. A9, he's actually being stalked from Kuroki right now. Both supports on his case. Controlled up by the arrow. The body blocks of Matthew trying to get FBC in range. There's no vacuum. But they have an avalanche toss in just a second. Does he dive it for it? He will.
Yeah, he
Toss
will.
him straight up into the air. Is that enough damage? It is. There we go. It's 4 kills going the way of Nigma Galaxy. And yeah, fun gamers now really are suffering.
And the problem is what I mentioned, right? Nigma Galaxy, they've got the durability. You know, like the sustained damage from pure gamers is just not there. We see a good Ravage on, I think it was on 3 people. They can't bring anyone down. They're like, we can't kill them. Especially not with A9, A9 not wanting to join.
Yeah. And it's like, as soon as Sumail went on top of a new me, like the trample damage plus the blade mail reflecting it all back, just absolutely tore him to pieces in a second. It was way too much for him to deal with. Meanwhile, it looks like Matthew has been called out, but Sumail doing some damage to the backlines himself. Even Matthew's throwing him away. A friendly Sun actually comes in from Miracle to keep Matthew alive. And now all of a sudden, fun gamers desperately try and run away. A new me trying to juke up towards the north side. Sumail actually chasing after him, maybe overextending. The stun not actually going to connect, which will keep him alive. Zoom Zigzag will still fall, and a new me eventually, just too many heroes around him. Burst Heal comes on through there with the Guardian Greaves, and it's another massive win for Nigma Galaxy.
Oh, the damage issues, man. And they're all the Wisdom Ruins. FBZ loves doing this. He's been doing this for all 3 games. He at least steals 1 Wisdom Ruin per game. But you can see the damage issues. They cannot bring them down. Their burst damage, we said, it's not very bursty. You know, you don't have like alliance support. You don't have a core that can just like shred people down. Leshrac takes his time. Same thing with the Tidehunter. And then with Galaxy, it's like, we have life to spare.
Yeah, they could just constantly throw their bodies at him. It's nothing fun gamers can really do. Like, A9 needs so much more time before actually becoming a scary hero. And I just don't think they're really going to get there, especially with this happening. Sumail casually finding him, pulverized setup for the arrow. And it's just a free kill onto the Luna.
And you're getting items that we're seeing the pipe going to be being picked up by FBZ. He wants it. He's building towards it. Oh, and Yuumi.
Yeah, they got the grab on towards the Lesh. No save to come. Cogs just kind of getting him stuck as well, as eventually he will get brought down. Matthew jumping forwards to secure the grab on towards Zoom Zigzag as well. It's another 3 kills. And this game just continuing to go down the sinkhole right now here for fun gamers. 12,000 gold behind at 15 minutes in. 4 for 25 on the scoreline. Is there much glimmer of hope here for them, Atomo?
I think they have 1 more fight with Ravage. And if you win that fight, you'll play. If you lose that fight, you'll be like, yeah, we're done. You know, if we get like a big team fight, because we saw in the previous game, fun gamers, if they feel like the game is really like not going their way, they will GG out. They're like, yeah, we're not gonna play till the end just to play it. And I think that is a smart
Radiant's
move
middle
here.
tower is under attack.
You got one more
That's
Ravage,
great.
and that's basically it.
Oh, speaking of the Ravage, Depkid has been found. Samael's on the case with Matthew there. He's going to slowly play around with him. They've got more than enough disables to stop any sort of TP play, so slowly but surely, this is a dead fish.
It takes his time, but he does fall in the end. He does dive away from any objectives on his team, so it will take some time for Nigma Galaxy to capitalize on this. As the the tips. Okay.
Yeah, just Cold and Numi tipping each other. Must be some interesting things happening in their comms, I'm sure. As try to apply some damage on towards Kuroki, but Cold.
Can you shot an ally?
Overextending a bit there. He's dead. No space.
No chance to shot. I always wonder what what's happening, right? When teams are teams tipping each other and they're all feeding. You're like, is this one of my pubs? You know, something happening here.
Yeah. Hopefully it's friendly banter and not team rage, which I'm sure is not gonna happen.
Yumi goes invis. By the way, he can tell where he is because if he sees like the onslaught, the animation where he's like, oh, I bumped into something here. He's around, but doesn't get the kill. Yumi was just too high health. That's a kill.
Hook shot on towards Kuroki. Leaps down to the south side. Well, it's still more than enough damage. No leap charges left as well. So they are able to kill Kuroki, who is actually worth a lot of money with that 5 kill streak. They'll take it.
1100 gold, right? Like, holy crap. All right, it's 5 versus 4. This could be fun games. Big opening.
3-man avalanche with the vacuum wall. There isn't the cogs. It traps in all of his own team. It's really awkward. Even with the Ravage making the space, they're trying to run away, but Anumi is just so damn slow. The Pulverize locking him down. He is dead. Cold eventually will force Samael just charging forward, securing the kill. Depkid trying to do what he can, nearly bringing down FBZ, but he's just going to be A-OK. Samael even securing Zigzag in the base. It's triple kill for Samael on the Godlike, looking for that quad. If he can get it, it's a tanky boy there. And disconnect. Yeah, they're GG. They're done. All right, okay. That's an awkward way to call GG, but
yes,
that is it.
Dude, what? Oh, man, after winning game 1, the crumbling that happened in game 2 and 3. Oh, that was definitely not the GG we were hoping to see. As Nigma Galaxy